Hello, I think we're live. I think we got it down. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Linda Israel, and I am so thankful that you were able to join me today, or if maybe you're watching this as an instant replay. If you are, remember that you can go to the three little dots that are on the screen and go into settings and change the speed. So if you're in a hurry and you want to go through it pretty quick, or if you need to slow something down because you want to see it again, use that little dial to change the speed up. If you would, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I greatly appreciate your support of just sharing. Those are great free ways you can do that. If you're looking for items that I show in the live stream, I don't have a lot of links, but I have a few, and a couple of them will go to Calico Collage. One or two will go to my website and also to Amazon. I do get a commission on Amazon. So if you're going to buy something anyway, I would love it if you use my little link and I get, maybe 20, 30 cents here and there when you buy a little something. So I greatly appreciate your support that way as well. So I've got a few things here I thought I would share while I'm waiting. I know there's a few people that don't always come right when my live starts, so I'm kind of putting in some filler stuff. I got a package or envelope, and it's been a while. It was in March. I had it laying over here, and then it got buried. Melody Huey is also a journal mixed media type artist, and she sent some little bookmarks that she made. And I thought I would share these because it goes right along with the scrap busting. If you take maybe a big piece of paper or smaller pieces and just glue other pieces onto it and then cut it into strips, you could add a sentiment. She looks like either added stickers or she printed them, because you can see that it's not direct onto there, because I can kind of see an outline where this may have been a sticker, or she may have printed them on acetate or something with a laser printer. But these are just cool little bits. She's got her Facebook information on the back, and then a little scripture that she's chosen to give to each one. I just thought those were kind of neat, and it kind of went along with using up your scraps. You can make little bookmarks out of them. So I'm going to set this aside. I wanted to kind of recap a little bit about what we've made the past 2 weeks. So I've got this little plastic case. It was given to me, and so I thought, well, I'll just kind of put everything in there. So last week we took circles and stickers and scraps of paper and made these little embellishments. You can place them on just about anything in your journal, on your journal pages, make a seal or something. These are little page tabs that I made using some scraps of fabric and also some, I think it was a gel print that I put on there, and some little fussy cut birds. I used book pages to make little tiny pockets, and I also used some artist trading card blanks that I had from, thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Jennifer. Hey, Julie. Thank you, Robin. I used some artist trading cards as the foundation and added some book papers to these to make a little pocket. So if you've got a lot of book pages, you could make up a bunch of pockets that are blank and then come back in and add little embellishments. Got a few of those here. Here's another one that I made, and I think these were the cut off pieces that I had left over, and I just made additional little pockets out of those. Then I had a piece of cardstock that was left over, and I used it to make little pockets. So here's a pocket there. There's a pocket there. I also used my scraps and made this journal card, as well as this one and this one. The first week, I made a lot of different things. Oh, I made this as well. And then I had a bunch of these watercolor papers and scraps. So I just used my scraps and just did a little bit of collaging. Now, these could have more added to them. Like this one, I added a sentiment, but this one I did not. So they're pretty much, I say, almost done. You can come back in and embellish them even more if you prefer to have bits of fabric or ribbons, or maybe you've got some rhinestones you want to add. This one I use some gold leafing and a zig two-way glue pen. Oops, crash. To add color. And then this was some images that I had in my stash. So I just wanted to share some of the stuff that I've already made. And I put them all in this little container so that I could come back to it later. And I won't be able to go through the whole thing, but Jennifer gave me some goodies. So she gave me this really cool tissue paper is what she called it. It is fake vintage newsprint, and I haven't gone through these yet, so I may leave those out on my desk. She sat and fussy cutted a whole bunch of images. I don't know if these are images she printed or if they came in a kit or something, but there's a lot of cool things in here, so maybe I'll grab a few of those. I don't get to keep all of these. I get to take some, use some, and give her back the rest. And then I had to share this. She made another little jar for me. It says, Find Joy. Did you use a napkin on this one? Oh, the bookmarks. Yes, the bookmarks. These are the bookmarks that she made. She just did some mixed media on them, but you could use your gel prints to make some. You could use your scraps and then add a sentiment. She laminated them, but if you don't have a laminator, you could use packing tape. The 2-inch wide packing tape would work great to laminate those. And then she also gave me a bunch of fabric, and there's some square doilies, and there's some Christmas papers in there. So I wanted to share that real quick and say thank you, Jennifer. I don't know where I'm going to put this one yet, so I'm going to put it over here for now. Find Joy. And then for myself, you could probably see it right here. I bought one of those 3-tier carts. Usually they're like 40 or 50 bucks at Michael's. They used to sell them at Joann's Crafts. I happened to go into Ollie's and I saw a box where they were selling these on an end cap, and there were, I don't know, a half a dozen or more on there, and they were $14.99, $15. And I thought, well, I've been wanting one forever, and that's a pretty good price. I'll get one. I'm a little disappointed that it was the trays or bins are plastic. The framework is metal, but I think it'll work for what I want. I have a tendency that when I'm working on stuff, I'll put it on my desk and then I run out of surface space. So this little cart will be handy if I'm working on something specific. I can put it in the cart and then move it around. So just so happens my scrap bin, this was my bin of papers. That's actually a little drawer that I keep in the cabinet behind me. It fits in the tray. So I was able to pull that drawer out and put it in the tray, and it's at the right height that I can kind of flip through it. And then I've put stuff in the other bins as well. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to set this over here. Oh, and because I cleaned up, I found my labels. I was looking for those, and I was like, surely they're here somewhere. Now I can't find my envelope punch board. I was going to do something today with it, and I was like, where is that? And I can't find it for the life of me. So it's probably in a very obvious spot, and I just don't see it. Probably the last time I had it was when I did a retreat back in March. Here it is, August. So I haven't looked for it since then, but I'm sure that I'll be like opening something up and it'll be like, oh, look what I found. Oh, thank you so much, Julie. Oh, you printed the picture and then you painted the jar with glue and then wrapped the jar with a picture and let it dry. Ah, cool. Okay. Because I wasn't really sure if it was printed or if it was like a napkin. That's really cool, though. I like the bling. She always adds bling. She had bling on the top. It's awesome. I think these are they salsa jars? Is that what you're using? And then she made one a while back for me that has a peacock on it, has my name. So I have it sitting up here. So I guess I'll put this up here as well, and I'll have more. All right, so I thought I would start with a project using some purple bits. I decided to put it all in a little folder. If you didn't know, what I like to do is sort my papers every so often. And what happens is I start with a big old bag of papers, and I will usually grab that bag and go through it. Oh, I think I just squished something. I don't want that. And I'll go through it and see what I could use. If I have enough time, I will sort it by color. So I just grabbed a whole bunch of purples out of the box behind me and that bag and came up with this. I think last week I showed you these rubber stamped images, and I thought using those as a inspiration, I want to make something with that. You want to have a ladybug jar, but I bet that would be yeah, I bet it would be really cute. You took a nap today and you took time today and skipped your nap because Linda's birthday. Oh, well, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, no. Julie, I feel you. She just says one of her bum folders fell down in the Never Never in the corner, and now she has to figure out how to get to it without having to unload everything on her desk and pull it all out. I get you. I understand that. I dropped something the other day at office, at shop, and I was like, how am I going to get this? And so I ended up, when I was done doing my task, I moved some stuff out of the way, and I was able to reach way over and pick it up. Okay, so I've got these little images. I've got some scraps and bits and pieces and whatnots. And I think the first thing I want to do, I'm kind of looking through all these bits and pieces. I found this little piece. It's a napkin that's pasted on top of a book page. And what did I do with those? Can I put them in here? I want a book page, so I've got one here. Okay. And I want to make some pockets because I have an abundance of 4x4 cards. So these are 4 inches by 4 inches. And I think I could get away with making a pocket out of this. I'm just trying to decide how I want to do it. I don't want to lose any part of this portion. So what I'm thinking is if I can glue it onto the book page. I don't know if I want to try to glue the whole thing and then trim it down or just put it like this. And maybe I will get, oh, here's a scrap that I could kind of put. I'm going to tear this off. Okay, so if I put this down and then kind of put this behind it, maybe if I go this way, it would be better. The only reason why I'm decorating this area is because there's a void here, and I want this edge to be more of the edge of my pocket. Oh, well, see, you need something long and narrow enough. Do you have a yardstick? That's what we call them here in the United States. It's a piece of wood that has numbers, and it measures out to a yard. You can use that. You might try your broom handle if you have a broom handle. You now have a drawer designated for your purple things. Well, that's good. Now you have your purple things together. So I like to sort them like this, and then I go back. And then I have these boxes. These were priority mail boxes that I covered with book paper. And then I colored this front panel to be the color of what's inside. And then I have a giant Ziploc bag inside that I put that color of scraps in. So when I know I need scraps, I'll go get that. All right, let's see what else I have here that I can use. Oh, here's some more scrappy pieces. You know, kind of just layering this up. Here's another piece. Maybe we can even do something like I think something like that would work, just kind of filling in that space. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with this piece and then kind of build out and then go across. Let's add some distress inks. So how is everybody? I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had an amazing week. I've been staying busy at the shop. We've been getting a few orders because school has started here in Oklahoma. And so the kiddos need garments embellished with their various activities or clubs that they're a member of. And then at home, I have been cleaning out spaces. I have not thrown away a lot of stuff in a long time. And so today I took some things to the thrift store, a whole carload. I worked this weekend and made Henry help me. We cleaned out a big closet that's in our back spare bedroom that had a lot of stuff in it that we had not gotten rid of in a long time. I thought today would be the day to get rid of it. Well, actually this weekend is what I did. All right, so let's see. If I put this here and then maybe something like that. Because basically I'm just trying to build enough to finish this off so that when I cut it to be the pocket I need, I've got plenty here. Let's see what else I got. So I've gotten rid of a lot of things. I see another piece here. I'm trying to decide if I want it. This is actually bigger. All right, I think I'm going to do that. Put this one down. Beach and theme, ocean. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it was hot outside. It's hot outside. Yeah, broom handle. You might put if I don't know what it is, your broom folder. You might be able to put some tape like rolled up into a sticky ball on the end of the broom. So when you poke it down in there, maybe it'll stick to it when you pick it up. It's an idea. All right, I think I'm going to put this kind of going down so that when this goes over, yeah. I hate it when I drop stuff. Somewhere I have one of those telescoping magnetic wands. I also have a telescoping one, or I did have, I don't know if I still have it, that had a little clip on it. I'm looking to see if it's in my bin, but I don't see it. Yeah, it must be in a different spot because I don't see it where I thought it was. Okay, and then I think just to fill that space in. Okay, so using up all these scraps, I think this one needs the Fabri-Tac. All right, so I'm just going to add, well, sometimes I have to pull off a a glue booger, as they say. Wipe it off here. Come on, quit sticking to my finger. Wipe it off. All right, now I've got a fresh globule of glue. All right, so now I'm just going to take this and put it here. And then this piece, I just want to glue down, kind of going over that. I am going to use this glue on the corner here. Because I'm gluing over a gel print. Using up all these scraps. Okay. Knowing that my pocket doesn't need to be as big as this, but I want it to be big enough for my card. Do I want to make the pocket out of this section and I can just save that for something else? I think so. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in here and score. I may even take like a pencil. If I can find my pencil. There it is. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and trim off this upper edge. All right, so I've got a pencil mark here. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off. I was going to score it, but I think this way I can do something with that piece. I don't know how big this is. I should look. So this is 5 inches, a little over 5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it just a smidge. Might use that piece. I don't know. We'll leave it there. I've not seen the new Spider-Man movie. I have had some friends that went and said it was really good. So go and enjoy. All right. So in theory, I have too many of these out. In theory, this should make a pocket for my little journal card. Why I keep fighting with that pencil, I don't know. All right, so let's put some distressings around this. Now, do I want to go ahead? Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of glue here. Let's find a little embellishment to put on there. I have these little circles that my friend gave me. She was working on a layout and had all these purple circles that she cut out. Oh, look, I found another one of those, but more in purple. I think, why don't we use part of that? Let's see. I hate to cover up all of that, so maybe what I should do is put it on there and find something else. Oh, look, I have more of those. That's funny that I found more of those. I've got this little element. It's not the perfect stamped out image, but maybe if I kind of collage it, you won't notice that it didn't get stamped perfectly. So where do I want to do this? Like that. And let's see what else we have here. I have this stamped image. I kind of like that. Just a little layering there. Okay, using up my pieces. I'm going to add some distressings to these two pieces and this circle. I know it's pretty, but I always hide things. I don't know why. That's what I do. All right, let's see. Do I want to leave? I could do like this. I don't know. I think I still want to put this one in there. I don't know. I'm changing it. Is that good? I think we'll do that. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this piece. Who need perfectly stamped images in these types of journals? Nobody. That's why it's good to just use them no matter what. Do something clever with them. Okay, got that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. Oh, I just remembered. I'm gluing on top of mixed media papers, so I need to put a little bit of this Fabri-Tac on here so things will stick down. And then my thought was if I put this kind of like that, put that here, and then put this one on top. Okay. Like that. Everybody's abandoned Julie in the chat. Well, Julie got to bring a better conversation apparently. All right, so that's going to go there. And then I was just thinking of putting this at the top, but I think it needs something else around the edges. So I'm grabbing a scrap paper here. Turn it over. I'm going to put some gloves on. I might have the stamp pad that I use to make this. And if I do, come on, my glove's got a finger inverted. Then I guess what I could do is stamp the edges with the henna rose. I think this is the one I want. First, I'm going to make sure there's nothing coming off there. I think that'll work. So I'm just going to go around the edges. There. The ads took over? That's right. Don't worry about the mistakes. It's just an opportunity to redesign. I like that. All right, clean that off. Set that back over there. So now, when I put this on top and then have the pocket, I think that looks good. Just put some glue here. If your paper's not thick enough, you could double it up with another piece of paper behind it. You could, in this case, you could frame it with another bigger piece of paper, you know, if you had one big enough to frame behind it. All right, let's look at our sentiments and see if there's one that would go with this. How about live your best life? Put that right there. You're using speech to text, so I didn't spell your name wrong on purpose. So Spider-Man opening weekend was pretty good. We'll probably wait until it comes out on streaming services. We've decided that, you know, I don't have to go to the movie theater to see a first run movie. I can wait because that way I'm at home. I can get up when I need to or want to. I can go to the kitchen if I want to. I can back it up and replay it. All right, I'll add tabs, but I think that looks pretty good for the first project. So I'm going to set that aside. And I went to Starbucks because today I got a free drink. Someone was standing there rubbing his chin like he was observing you? Really? Oh, on the upper level of the apartment. Okay, so he's probably looking in through your windows. Yeah, use your own bathroom and snacks are cheaper. Exactly. Snacks are expensive at the movie theater. Okay, so I have, these are pieces of paper. I can't remember if I deliberately cut these strips because they're all the same width. And I've got 4 of them. And put them around what I was doing on my gel plate so that I could get a crisp edge. I don't remember if that's what it was, but I like this coloring and I thought, well, maybe I can make a little collage on these. Now they are 12 inches long. I'm making sure. Yes, they're 12 inches long and an inch and a half wide. I'm checking out my grid up here. So what else could I put with that? Should I make these a full belly band, or I could cut them down to be 4 inches in width, and it could be another little pocket? I think I'll do that. So let's just cut this one up. Yeah, popcorn to movies is good. You like to see the 3D at the box so you can, so the seat moves and matches. Gotcha. Well, I don't have to do all that. So there's a 4-inch piece. And this is now right at 8 inches. I think the final piece isn't going to be a full 4 inches. I think it's 3 and something. Oh, it's almost 4. All right, so I got 3 little pieces here. So if we did these, I have a large hole punch. So what do I have in these papers that I can punch? I could do this one and get one circle out of that at least. So I was thinking, what if we kind of circle? See if I can get another one. Maybe this way. Use the other direction. And I don't know, I might have made Enough room? Oh, I think I did. I could do 3 of these. I'm going to use another one of these. Has a little bit. Okay, so we're starting there. What else can I put on there? I think I want to distress the edges real fast so that as I look at this and I want to put some other stuff on it, I can. Oh, yeah, the reclining chairs. Yeah, well, I have a recliner at home. And I have Dante. He can sit in my lap, although he likes sitting in Henry's lap. Recline and leave it there. We don't go out to see very many movies in our lifetime. I think the last one, I think we watched Bohemian Rhapsody, and that was really good in the theater. And I'm trying to think what else we may have gone to see. It's just so expensive to go out, and we have streaming service with Netflix, and I have Amazon Prime, so you get the streaming services that Amazon Prime offers. Okay, so I just kind of feel like I already have these, so why would I pay money to go to the movie theater? Okay, I like that so far. All right, do we want to put a little word sentiment? Did you know that Devo has been around for 47 years, 47 or 48 years? I saw a post the other day about them, and I was like, oh my gosh, they've been around forever. Okay. Believe in yourself. How about expect great things? And then how about follow your soul? Those are good options. Adding the words. Well, apparently I'm losing out on my little pieces. You're supposed to stay in here. I was trying to make my own little envelopes out of, I guess, parchment paper, what you might call it. So you could still kind of see through it. I think I'm going to swap these out for some little baby size zip bags to help keep them contained. Who's Devo? It's a band from the 80s. Okay, I like that. Now, do we want to look for a butterfly? Maybe. Looking through. There's my butterfly bin. Let's see if I've got some purple ones already. I think I haven't fussy cut some purple ones in a while. I see some blues. Oh, there's a purple. I think there's 1 or 2 purples right there. So it's over here. Oh, there's some more purples. Purple pinks. Purple adjacent. Here's some more. Maybe that one. Oh, I guess when I made that pocket, it didn't catch very well. Let's see if I can fix it. There. Okay. What else I got? Blue. See here, I use the little zipper bags, and that seems to work better than just having them loose. All right, let's put this pile back in the bin. All right, let's look at all these little butterflies that I have. Well, I got different sizes, so if I were to put one here, maybe one there, and one there. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put those here. Let's glue this all together. I need the fancy glue. All right, I think what I want to do is to kind of place the circle a little bit behind here. And then place the whole thing. So I need to go like that, I guess. You have lots of those little Ziploc bags. They come in handy, I think. All right, let's put that there. All right, and then I don't have to have it for these two layers, so I'm just going to glue the butterfly down. And then this is going to need the fancy glue. Going over the two different textures. All right, so that can be an embellishment or a pocket on a page. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here where I glue this corner under there. And then we'll glue this whole thing down. You were into ABBA way back? Yeah, they wore their stupid cone hats. Yeah, they were really geeky. I don't even know all their songs. I know they did Whip It, but I can't remember their other songs that they had. Okay. I'll go ahead and glue this one down. And then we can glue this one up here. Like so. The theme is butterflies. All right, we're going to go in the opposite corner over here. Whip It is all you need to know. They had other songs? I don't know. Oh my goodness. No kidding. Yep. It's like, did they have other songs? All right, we got the butterfly there. Let's do the word phrase. All right, so just like that, I made 3 more little embellishments, pockets, whatever you want to call them. I think I'm going to put this one over here. Okay, and then add the butterfly. Now, should I go ahead and make some journal cards to go in the pockets? I'm trying to use up the scraps, so a 4x4 won't fit in there, but I have some craft colored artist trading cards that I could put behind. I'm looking at my scraps here to see if there's something that we could use. I have this little piece that I started Let's see if how big is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. I've got this little piece that I could put across the top of a couple of them. Okay, I think for this one, I'm going to put a little strip across the top. Decluttering our house. Oh my gosh, it's such a process. We've lived in this house since 1997, and we really haven't gotten rid of much of anything. We just cram in another spot. I know our attic is full of stuff that we need to get rid of that's been there for years because it gets too hot to go up there. And we need to go up there when the weather cools off and pull everything down and throw things away, donate it, that kind of stuff. We had an abundance of clothes. I didn't realize Henry had more clothes than I did. Because he gets something and then he ends up not liking it because he doesn't like the texture. It has a spot that rubs on his skin and he doesn't like that. Whatever the reason is, you know, he's like, I don't like this, so I don't wear it. Or he's lost weight or gained weight, so it doesn't fit, so he doesn't wear it. It's like, oh my goodness. All right, I think what I'll do is glue this across the top here. Yeah. So let's put a little bit of glue from here to here. And then it just, you know, you don't get rid of it and it piles up and it piles up and it piles up. And then soon you're like, what is all this stuff? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's things I need to get rid of. I've been watching a gal on Facebook that does decluttering organization videos, and she just said, just let it go. If you haven't used it, you don't need it, get rid of it. I'm like, oh, but I can't do that. And no, I have not done anything to my craft room. I've only done it with the house. Yeah, and yeah, you hang on to all the sizes because you're prepared for all the changes in your weight. Well, I still had a lot of corporate wear in my closet, and since I don't work at an office anymore where I need to look that professional part, I work in a print shop, embroidery shop. I don't have to wear a, you know, fancy dress or something to that effect. Looking at all the scraps. Oh, like this one. I think we can do that one across there. Just adding some distress inks to it. Okay. So, if I add some glue from here to there, pick this up. So this was even from putting a whole bunch of scraps onto a book page, and I cut off this edge and threw it in my bin, and now I'm using that little scrap. So there. Okay. I've made some more things. What do you think? Made those. Got rid of it. Yeah, if we don't need it anymore, we got to get rid of it. And that's what I've been doing. And oh, and I've got one of my closets. I have my tops. It's on the top hanging area, and all my tops are by color. So I have an abundance of blue and teal tops. I have one purple top that was in there. I know I have another one in a different spot, but I don't know where it is at the moment. unless I washed it and I forgot to put it back in the closet. I put it in a different spot. So I guess the next time I go shopping, I'm going to look for something purple because I have a lot of teal and a few pinks, but mostly teal and blue. Does that look great? You like that? All right, so there's another project, and I still have scraps over here. So what else? I'm trying to decide. I want to use more of these purple with the 4x4 cards. Okay, those are just scrappy cards. That might be pretty. And then I've got this. Well, I have that. That's kind of pretty. So I was thinking if I made a pocket and then I had a secondary pocket that I put stuff on. Let's do that. Let's do it. So what is this? 6 inches? 12 inches? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to cut this down to 6 inches. And I think this is also the same. Okay, that's fine. And I want this to be big enough. Yeah. So I'm going to score at, I guess I'm going to do 1/2 inch. That way there's enough to fold around to the back. So I want to make sure that it's a little bit bigger than 4. So if I do 4 1/4, actually I'll do more than that. 4 3/4, a little bit more. There we go. So that gives us a little wiggle room from left to right for the journal card that can go in there. And I am going to go ahead and leave it that deep. I think what I'll do is this piece is not going to go all the way up. So here's what I can do. I want to score this. So I'm going to mark it with a pen on the back side. And I put my paper cutter away, but I want to score this so it'll fold over the edge. Come on, cooperate for me. A little bit more. There we go. And then we'll do this way. Then I'll do this way. Okay. Some cool tone red. Yeah, you have clothes that are too huge, but you don't want to get rid of anything, but you don't have room for anything. I understand. I tried things on to see if they would, if it's something that I would still wear. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to wear that. And okay, I won't wear that. So I got rid of it. So it took some time. All right. So I'm going to put this like this. And I think what I'm going to do to help this pocket be trying to decide if I want to put another piece of paper behind, like a book page. Sometimes I grab one and just cut it to fit inside here, and then that way the back is full covered. So let's do this. Let's go here. I want it to be a little bit shorter. And then I need it to be not as wide. So we're going to go here. There. All right, so before I glue this together, first thing I want to do is, that's got a mark on it. Let's do this side. So I'm finding the center. So that's the center. And I've got a hole punch here that I'm going to use to punch out a little divot. Well, I thought it was. Apparently that hole punch doesn't want to work. So I guess I get to do that with my scissors. Going ahead and doing these edges. All right, so my theory is to put this in here like so. Did I not make it narrow enough? I guess I need to take a little bit more off. I don't really wear red. I'll wear burgundy and pink, magenta. Okay, I think what I want to do is put this down here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this at the bottom. And then when I go to glue this on my page, I'm going to glue this piece down so that the pocket won't have any spots in it where things catch. Trim that at an angle. Not a very good one, but I did. So put a little glue there. Smooth that out. Wear red when you need to dress up. I wear a lot of black. I have a lot of black and a lot of teal. Okay. Bring that over here. Hey! Good to see you here, Glitter. I guess I didn't get that cut very straight. There we go. All right, so I got that piece. So this will close at the bottom by gluing this down. So I'm just going to go ahead and add glue here. And over here. And then across the bottom. So in theory, because I put that other piece on the back, when I glue that onto my page, it should go down in there without any resistance. And then we have a pocket here that we can put a few things. All right, so now let's decorate. I had these two little pieces lying here. I thought those would look good. And then I found my labels earlier, so let's see if I've got any that are purple. Have this shade of purple. Maybe we should find another butterfly. I may leave those out for a minute. What else is in here? Come on, open up. I have a few of these. I think that would be a good color, so I don't lose the antennae. I wait on some of these. Beverly, that owned Beeline Designs, shared this because then you don't lose your antennae on your fussy cut butterfly. Do I want to put that over here? I think that might work. All right, let's put some distressings on this piece. Butterflies go tweet, tweet. This is a piece of a paper towel that I had used to help clean up some sprays when I made a project for my mother years ago. Okay, put that up there. All right, I think because I'm gluing on top of this textured plasticky paper, I'm going to use a little bit of glue. Make sure I got multiple layers here. Kind of put it down a little bit. And then we'll put this piece over the top of that. Okay. Butterfly maybe right there. I have an abundance of scarves. I don't know why, but I apparently collect scarves. Do I want to put that here? Yeah, why not? Smush it good. Let's find a sentiment that fits. How about be authentic? I think maybe like that. I didn't show you my nails. I wore the rainbow set again. So they pink to a darker pink, purples, blues, teals, greens. An abundance of everything. I've been watching tutorials on how to, wear a scarf where it drapes differently so you can make different outfits out of it. Okay, so my thinking was putting one of these in the pocket. And I'm kind of thinking that this one should go here. And do I want to just go ahead and put that in the corner, or do we want to make a tab and do that stamping again on this one. And then I'll get a bigger piece of paper. I saw some here. Where is it? This one may be too big, but I can trim it to be a tall card. So I'm going to trim this to be shorter or not as wide. All right, so it needs to be no more than about that far, maybe. That way it'll fit back here. Just making sure it didn't get glued shut. Okay. So that'd be a good 2 different layers there. Okay, drive safe. Don't get in trouble. Your scars are from the days you used to hide your tattoos. Well, see, I got my first tattoo in 1993, and I was working in a corporate world, and it was on my ankle. And the corporate world did not like seeing tattoos like that on women. So I hid mine by wearing decorative pantyhose that had designs on them, or I actually put makeup on my tattoo when I wore skirts so that people wouldn't see my tattoo. And then once it was seen, it couldn't be unseen, so I stopped covering it up. And now everybody, you know, almost everybody has a tattoo these days. Okay, I like that. So that'll go in here. And I guess we'll do this one as well, but we won't use the same stamp. Let's use this one. This is the postcard collage. All right, let's kind of put this. Just kind of going around it. Just leaving a little design all the way around. All right, let's add some distress inks to these 2 pieces. Oh, I guess we can do it into these 2 as well. I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing better. I hope you've had some relief from your dizzy spells. I've been all right. The other day, what day was it? Friday, I think it was. I had a horrible headache. It was with me all day long Friday. And I had to get some things done at work, so it wasn't like I could go home. So I kind of grin and bared it all day long. And then when I got home, I told Henry, I said, I have a headache. And so I went to bed pretty early. I think it was 9:15 or something. I went to bed Friday night. So I did not feel well. Okay, we got that. We got that. I think this piece, should I make it square? I think I will. Let me cut it to be square. Oh, on your chest. So anything other than a turtleneck? Well, I got a unicorn on my ankle. Henry had a tattoo on his back that they were working on, and he went in, and the tattoo artist said, no, it hasn't healed enough for the next layer. They talked for a long time, and I was there long enough that I finally made the decision to get a tattoo, and it was a custom drawn Unipegasus. Unipegasus? I guess you can call it a Unipegasus. It's a unicorn and Pegasus all in one. And it was the only one he had. And so when he made my artwork, then he gave me that artwork. So I wasn't going to use it with anybody else. Yeah, you have to create a routine of how do you cope with whatever's going on with you. There's so many of us in this world that have something that causes us discomfort, pain, and we just have to live with it and figure it out. Okay, I think I'm going to go about halfway. Have an abundance of these white papers helps make things. Okay, so I used a different one to go here. And is this straight? I'm trying to see if I cut it straight. Yeah. Now, do I want to put something on this one? Let's put I guess we'll put a butterfly in this corner. Or I got a dragonfly. But that's a butterfly and that's a butterfly. Should do a butterfly. I got a little one I can put right there. It's pink and purple and kind of a tealy color. All right, so there's another pocket project using my scraps. I like how that looked. That turned out really cool. Okay. I think I need a book page. I have a plan. Before I started the live today, in my bag that I showed you, that Ziploc bag earlier, I went through it real fast. And I just grabbed some papers. Like this was a gel print mop-up page. This is a map. There was a blank piece of paper, a book page, this brownish color. I had two of those. This is a mop-up corner piece, a gel print, sheet music, another mop-up page, and this was like a mixed media page. So I did two of those. So now I'm thinking, I just did some white cardstock for the cover. This one was ivory. What if I made a embellishment that's going to fit right on the front cover of this? I was thinking of using something else, but I didn't like the way that was looking. So I think what I'm going to do is I want to score this so it becomes a pocket on the page. Yeah. So first I'm going to score down this edge. So now that's going to be that way. And I'm going to do it at 5 1/4 and score this one. Just to help me, I'm going to put a pin mark. And then I'm going to go away from that and trim that off. Okay. So now I've got this one scored. And we're going to score the top. So I will now go to 8 1/4. And I'm going to make a pencil mark just so I can I think this pen may be kaput. There. All right, so you're probably wondering, well, why did you make this piece? Well, I made that piece because what I want to do is decorate this piece that I can paste, and I may add some color to the cover underneath, but I can paste this onto the cover. Okay, so using some of these purple things over here, for example, I have this piece of purple, so that could go in here. I've got this little piece. What else do I have here? I have this piece of purple. Maybe I'll put it across the bottom, or do it up the side. Let's do it this way. So I'm just going to cover this whole thing with some of these purple pieces. I have this piece. I have that piece. That fits right on there. What else do I have in here? I think what I want to do is go look at my purple stash and see what I can find. Although I may be able to do something here. Okay, wait. If I go this way, that's not very purple though, is it? But that one is. Now, is that what I want to do? Or do I want to do something like this? And then just add color to the book page behind. And then see what I have image-wise. Let's see here. Are they in here? I might need that one. I don't think this is. Yeah, these are too big unless I make those the focal. I do have some purple flowers there. Let's see what else I have in my fussy cut bins. Yeah, I don't see. I have a little bin of pre-made items that I'm kind of sorting through. I wonder if any of those would work. Well, those are blue. That one has some purple. So if I were to cover this piece and put "Be Extraordinary," that might be a good little embellishment on there. That's back when I was using scraps of fabric. I could change that. I'm kind of looking at some of my past projects to see if there's something that fits what I'm working with. Okay, I think the other thing I was looking at is here. Oh, I found something. Okay. I think I have an idea that I want to try. Oh, and I could look through these real fast. I don't know if there's anything that matches. There's a pink. Lots of pretties. They don't match the purple vibe I'm going. Oh, wait, there's something that's purple. Look at that. These were all labels, I think. That's what Jennifer was telling me. I like that one. That's kind of pretty. Okay. So, what if I take this and cover that whole front? And then this is a journal card that I could put over it. Or I could put on top of this piece. I don't know. Or this piece can be put on here and use this little label. Well, the pink and bird, like you have that stencil. Yeah, that's an old stencil, isn't it? Makes the pink pop. All right, I think what I'm going to do then is cover this. So set my stuff over there, and let's put glue on here. Okay. I'm just going to push this right into the corner. All right, so now I'm just going to cut this excess off. Makes it pulp. Oops, stay. Okay, so that made that a smaller purple piece. Okay. So now that I've got this piece, let's add some distressing. All right, and I think I need some distressing on this piece. Oh, we could use a doily. This is a piece of cardstock mixed media that I made a while back. Rubber stamping. This was stamped with some kind of teal embossing powder. So put that in the center. Do I want to put a doily behind that? And then put this here. What do you think? I can trim this white fabric a little bit so you can see the background. By Manda! Manda Dawn! Alright, I'm just going to trim a little bit off of this side. And I may trim a tiny bit off of this side. And then see how that looks. Alright, let's add some distress inks to the doily. I could use some distress oxide to add a little color. Should I put some teal? I think maybe a teal would look good. I'll put a glove on. It looks good. Well, there's purple cheesecloth down here. So let's do the Mermaid Lagoon. I kind of like that color. And a little scrap of paper. This. And that should be Mermaid Lagoon. See how that looks. So now when I put this on here, oh yeah, I think that's what it needed. Just a little bit more color back behind. We got her done. Put that back where it belongs so I can find it another day. Put that back where it belongs. Miniature white doilies. Or if you have a die, you can make your own. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, I think what we're going to do is glue this all together. So I'm going to start with this piece using the Fabri-Tac glue because I'm gluing fabric to a mixed media page. And Aleene's doesn't always like to be used with acrylic paint. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this little piece, put it right here. Now, if I wanted to, I could go to the sewing machine and stitch around this. What do y'all think? Should I do that? Let's glue this in the middle of that and then glue the whole thing down. Okay. Make your own. Stitch away! I'm so glad you're here, Robin. I know you've not felt well, and I'm glad you came to be a part of the project today. Okay, so we're going to go over to the sewing machine. I should probably turn it on. And I'm going to stitch around this portion right here just to kind of help adhere it to the page. So, oh, I guess I should do that. Here's the sewing lamb. Thank you, Giovanna, for the little sewing lamb. All right, let's go over here. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, come on, computer. Cooperate. It's a little slow switching. Well, I appreciate you being here, Robin. Come on, computer. Are you not going to switch? It may or may not switch. So I'm going to just start sewing. Because if I sit here and wait on it, oh, I guess I got to put thread in the machine. I was working on a top. Actually, I guess it's a swimsuit cover up, but it looks like a dress, and it had open sleeves. I don't know how to explain it. So the sleeves were split down the arm, and it had a bow that tied here at the bottom, but this was all the way open, and I didn't like the way it was just flopping open. So I used my hand sewing skills and stitched that area closed so that it would do what I wanted it to do. And I used this black thread because the cover up was black with teal, kind of a peacock blue. And I forgot to thread my sewing machine. I don't know why the sewing cam's not working today, because I tested it earlier to make sure that I had my camera pointing in the right place. At least I thought it was, but for some reason now it won't go back. So if you're taking the time to sew on your project, make sure that you allow any glue that you use to dry so that it doesn't mess up in your sewing machine. So there's how it looks. And now I'm just going to glue this on top. If I kick it, it'll work. I may try that later. I don't want to hurt my foot. Don't want to hurt my foot. Okay. So I used more of my purple scraps. Oh, I just saw where that, I guess I need to put a little bit of glue on there. To get that to stick down. You can come nap with us. Okay, I like that. So then, in theory, this would fit on the front, and I can make it a top loading or side loading pocket if I want. I don't know if I need to tie this shut. So I'm going to cut another piece of paper, I think. Yep. Where's my scissors? So first, I'm going to cut these corners. And I think a top load would be good. So I'm going to get another book page. Now, will this fit? It would. Okay, so I just need to trim it just a little bit. So I'm going to trim this off a little bit. So if I put that in here, okay. So I need to cut this to be a little bit narrower than that. Can't keep focused today. You gotta focus. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna glue this top piece down because I think I want it to be a top load pocket. So I'm gonna glue that down. Now I'm gonna put this piece in here. And that way when I glue it down, I'll have a solid pocket piece. And if I decide I want to put a tie, I can put it behind here and it's not going to interfere with my pocket. Okay. So you glue this piece all the way down on top of here. Okay, I think that'll work. So what I want to do now is see if I have a piece of pink here. Let me go see if I have a purple or lavender, something, even maybe teal, just to pop the teal off there. I have this ribbon that's multicolored. I think that's what we'll go with. Yeah. Either one of those will go. I may leave that one out. I may find another reason to use it. Okay, so I think I want this one. And what I'm going to do is wrap this around the cover. And then I'll go ahead and tie a bow so that I have the right length of ribbon that I want to use. Okay, so that should be plenty. So I'll just cut this a little ways. And I was already cut at an angle. And let's put this back together. Okay, that over there. So I know how much that's going to be, and I was going to either glue something on here or change the edge color. So what color should I make that edge? I think I'm going to grab probably the Dusty Concord purple. I got seedless preserves. I think purple, so Dusty Concord might be the right color. Dusty Concord, where are you? That's seedless. Blueprint, smoke. Where is it? Concord. It's in the wrong spot. All right, so I'm going to just kind of slide this out of the way for a moment. I may have a few pages sticking out the edge of my cover. This isn't as purple as I thought it was going to be. I'll slide this the other way. Okay, so if this was here and this went over that, so now it's not so stark white behind there. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the back as well. And I guess this maybe I could paste that on the back side so it kind of has that continuation. Now, do I cover it from edge to edge, or do we just make it fit like we did the front, where it's just slightly smaller than the cover? I like to do the die and then cut it down. Oh. Your doilies are too big or too small for what you want. I understand. All right, I think that's what I'm going to do, is just trim this slightly smaller and glue it in place. All right, so let's do just under 5.5 and just under 8.5. So if I glue this down, it should just fit the back cover. Okay. Scooch that back up where it belongs. I'm going to trim this just a smidge more. Okay, now let's add some distress inks to that. I don't know, I thought y'all might like to see what I do with some of these scrappy pieces that we made. So first, I'm going to glue this down on the back cover over the tie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make that in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right about there. Okay. Glue. Now this is paper to paper. Yes, there's the ribbon, but it should be held in place with this bigger piece of paper all the way on here. This gel print was made using my gel press and acrylic paint and bubble wrap. That is how I got that texture. Just smoothing that out. Okay. And then this will be the front. So I'm just kind of getting that out of the way. Then this piece is going to go right here. That'll be a pretty front, I think. All right, so this is all paper, so I can do the same thing. So I want to make sure that I put a good bead of glue here at the top. And then down the sides, the bottom. Back up again. And kind of fill this in. All right, slip that under there. All right, smoothing it out. Okay. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? Just a quick. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was all scraps and leftover bits and bobs. All right, I feel like I need to wash my hands. Ugh. All right, what time is it? 5:30. All right, I think what I want to do is using some of these things that I just made. Let's open this up. All right, so open this up. And we've got our first page here. And we've got all these little bits that we made. So if I were to put that on the page, oh, that gives it a nice look, doesn't it? All right, so I'm going to glue down this piece. So I'm going to put glue right here. Since I'm gluing on a mixed media page and this kind of plasticky paper, it's got a weird plasticky feel to it. This purple piece does. Okay. So this can kind of go right in the middle. All right, right there, right off the bat. And I think I'm going to flip it this way. I'm going to go this side. I've got some more little pieces here, so I'm going to dig around, see what I can find that I like. I have this purple piece from the front page. Oh, but I had this. Okay. I think that, no, that's right side up. Okay. This was just some scraps that I had. So what if we were to do a journal card? Probably need one narrower than that. Yes. So let's make this 4 inches wide. How wide is it now? It's 5 inches. Yeah, let's just make it 4 inches wide. So if I were to put that behind there, I made 2 of them apparently, and kind of make this a little tuck spot, or yeah, I think that's what I want to do, is kind of make a little tuck spot here. So this is really thin paper. So let's grab something else. Something else. That's too narrow. Well, I do have this piece. So if I were to glue that on and make it a pocket that goes from top to bottom, that kind of lends itself to this mixed media page. Maybe I need another piece of paper behind there. Looking through the purple papers to see what I want to use. I've got this back here. Oh, I just saw this too. I may change my mind. See if there's something in my little bin back here that of other scraps of paper I had left over from projects. That might be a good piece. It's a little bit deeper. All right, so I've got a couple of pieces of book page. And let's make a big pocket. I was thinking about this one, gluing that on top, and then having a little pocket on the page that we could put that journal card in that way. And I could make it big enough that I can put bigger cards behind there. So let's take this piece here. I'm going to cut it to be 8.5 inches. Cut off the excess. And I'm doing that because I need a piece of paper that's a little bit thicker than this piece. And I like this, so I'm going to put it right here and just glue that down. I found the right thing. All right, let's put this here. All right, so now I'm going to trim off this excess paper here. And then I'm going to trim off the excess along this edge. There we go. Now let's add some distress inks and layer this up. Yeah, layer in the cards. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do is I've got some purple paper up here that I can use to make some cards. So I was thinking that could go there. This could go on top of it. And maybe we'll grab some butterflies. I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. This is a magazine paper that's kind of shiny. This is an image out of a flower gardening magazine, trying to get you to purchase stuff. I think I'll put this in the middle. Okay, so we got that, and I have one of these bigger butterflies I see right here. Got more scissors. All right, let's go this way. Add a little distress inks. Add a little butterfly up there. I think we should look for a purple flower. Did I put them up? Or did I? Oh, we can do a label. Let's do a purple label. I have one of these bigger labels. Maybe we'll just put it right there in the middle bottom. Okay, put these back over here in the labels. And let's pull this over. And then, make sure I don't have any glue on my desk. We can glue this down here, and we've got a little pocket. And then I can put some pieces of cardstock. So if I cut maybe a piece that's 5 inches or less, I'll have to play with it for a second. All right, we got that. And where is the piece we were going to put in the pocket? There was, oh, I had a blank journal card. That's what it was. I didn't have a piece already made. I do have this card that was already made that we could put in there. Why not? And then let me grab some purple paper. Okay, so I have this purple cardstock, and I have this lighter purple paper. So I was thinking that I could cut a piece and then layer this over the top of it. That's what I was thinking. All right, so let me do this. Let's test it. So I want to cut this to be right about here. And let's see how that fits. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed today. Just kind of watching me play with my purple papers. All right, I need to make this shorter. So I'm going to make it, let's do 1 inch shorter and see if that fits. Oh, yeah, see, that'll look good. And then I was thinking I'll make this purple other piece just a little bit narrower. Save the purple pieces. All right, so if I do this, then we're going to go right about there. I know I created more scraps, but that's okay. So now we're going to go this way. And we want to go right about there. So now if I do this, we have writing space. All right, let's add some distress inks, put this together. And we got a good start on a little mixed scrappy journal. So next week, I would like to finish this only because I made all of these embellishments and I feel like I want to finish these up into a project of some kind. Oh, I messed that up. Okay. And then I'll give me a little bit more time to collect all of the, oh, Robin and Michelle just won a bunch of junk bucks. It'll give me some more time to get together some items for the, oh, I forgot the name of it. Woodland, I think it's called Woodland Forest by Calico Collage. I have already a little folder full of images. And I just saw these today, so I was putting it with it. But I think I'm going to do this kit from Calico Collage. It has lots of mushrooms and bunny rabbits. There's a toad, deer, And then there's some of the fancy papers. And then I saw this orange. Now, granted, but if you do a little bit of the orange, so I'm putting this all together. So I'm going to try to go around and grab stuff to go with it, which is not my normal color house, my color wheel, okay? You can call it the Purple People Eater Journal. Purple People Eater Journal. All right, so then this piece can go in here. And I didn't add anything to it. I think it, can be like that. We could add more stuff to it later. But then we have all these other pages that we can add things. I think I messed this one up by letting the stamp pad fall on it. So what if let's add some distress inks to it. And I think I might have, let's try putting some washi tape on it. So I'll glue it down, and then we'll use some washi tape to kind of pretend like it's being held in place by the washi tape. This was a little tear-off notepad that my mother-in-law got. She gets a bunch in the mail. All right, let's put this right here. You like that journal idea? The woodland forest. All right, so I got out a bunch of washi tape. I don't know what is on this one. I have no idea what that is. Can you make that out? Is that bees? Where are my other glasses? Let's see if this will help me. Okay, it's little bees. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my glue stick and kind of run that across there. And then okay, let's cut that off even with the, there. So that covers up the mark it made. Let's see what else I have in here. Take those off. Your cat is begging you. Oh, tilapia. That'll be yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Let me see if there's any more. Be brave. Let's see if I can get that one. Maybe we'll put it right down here on the bottom. Okay. Whoop. Don't stick to yourself. Well, look at there. Just adding a little bit to it. There. That added some more to it. Having buttered noodles here tonight and veggies. Ooh. We're having, we call it, what do we want to call this? Enchilada casserole? Chicken enchilada casserole, but it's our own version of it. So it's not typical enchilada sauce and whatnot. Okay, I like that. I can go back this way and then find something to post on here. I could cut this to fit. I've got some more of these little tear off sheets. Like I have this paler lavender. I don't think we can get two on here. But maybe if I put one of those and maybe put a little piece of this. I'm going to cut this across. Get under there. All right. And I'll just cut this down just a little bit. Let's do 1/2 inch maybe. Okay. Ooh, have big lunch out so you don't have to cook for dinner tonight. I don't know. I'm going to lay this in the journal. We may not do it this way, but I just like laying the ideas where I think I might want them. And then we'll flip this over. And we have these other pieces that I made. So for example, I could put that on a page. Then I can make a little something for that to go on the page. Maybe a belly band. That's what I could do. That goes across this way. And then this you slip over that portion like that on the page. And then it would be big enough that we could put another piece behind there. Maybe. I've got this big piece of cardstock. So if we were to cut that to fit behind there. And then like this one, maybe I'll find a spot that this should go on. I don't know. Let's go this way. Okay, maybe right here. If I put that on there, and I'll put something else behind there. Maybe a bigger card. I could put this on there just to kind of cover up the paper back there. And I may just go pull out of my purple collection and see what I find that can go in here. So like this could use some more purple paper. And I could cut this down to fit on there. Okay. Oh, you got a pair of these and you like them? Well, I'm glad you like them. Vegetables with your dinner? Yeah. Okay, I think I've got an idea, you know, using up my scraps. I think this will be a pretty little journal. Just trying to use up my scraps. I've got plenty of these I could use. I've got some butterflies. I've got these tear off notebook papers, which I may do a couple of those on pages. You know, just kind of layer these up. That one's going to go there. Like this page could use those on there and add some more embellishment and well. I like it. I like it a lot. I hope you do too. Like I've got a little piece of purple fabric here that maybe I can put on there as well. You like it? Do you like what I've coming up with here? Like this piece could go on here. I could cut or put a card. I don't know if it would be better if it went this way. And then you still see the paper in the background, and then you've got a card here. Okay, I got it. Well, I've used all the elements that I made today, just about, in this journal project. I hope you liked what I did, that kind of give you some ideas to use up your scraps. And I think I'm going to continue next week. There's my flowers I was looking for earlier. And finish this little journal, and then I can clear up my space. And the following week we'll work on the woodland forest set. I think that's what we're going to work on next. But I like how that turned out. Even decorating the back with the ribbon and then just adding to the pages. I'll just kind of come in here and I may spend some time later adding some scraps again in there and picking out what I want to put in the journal. And I made another one, so I have two of those somewhere here. There's another one. I don't know if I'm going to do both of them, but I want to finish this one next week. And then the following week, we'll work on I think probably the woodland forest, unless something else happens. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today for my birthday. I greatly appreciate your support and your time for being here and just being an encouragement to me and the others that are in the chat. Know that you are greatly loved. Do something creative this week. Get in your space and make something. I don't care what it is. It could be a altered paper clip, a journal card, a pocket, a fussy cut element, whatever it may be. Just make a little something. And if you could, share it in the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. After this video is over, in the comments below, let me know what your favorite project was for today. That way also others watching the video can say, oh, I want to see that too. I want to know what that looks like. And again, if you would share this video with your friends, I'd greatly appreciate it. Don't forget a thumbs up if I didn't say that already. Be encouraging to others. Be kind to others. You never know what somebody else is going through, and your words of encouragement may be the thing that just brightens their day beyond measure. So help others by doing that. I'm getting ready to go have coffee with a friend in the morning. I got to have dinner with another friend Sunday. So my friends have made my birthday week very special. I got to see Jennifer Friday. So it was kind of nice to see all my friends in the past few days. And I'll see more. I got my best friend, and she texted me this morning, and her 90-year-old mother just had surgery today, and it went well. So I was like, yay! Y'all have an amazing week, and do some fun stuff, and be kind to others, and just enjoy life, and love to hear about what you're doing. Come over to the Friendly Junk Journal people. Friendly Junk Journal Friendly People. Friendly Junk Journal People. I can't get it out today. Y'all have an amazing week. Lots of love to everybody. Bye-bye.